plenty lined up. Let's take you straight to the Minister of Agriculture, Thoko Didiza, as well as Gauteng MEC for Agriculture, Phakgadi, who are conducting an oversight at 3 Gauteng agricultural enterprises following the violent unrest in some parts of Gauteng. They started at the Joburg Market in City Deep, Johannesburg, and are now at the Sungula Agricultural Project in Ekurhuleni, one of the vegetable farms in the area. Newzroom Afrika's Pelane Phakgadi is there for us. Pelane, a very good morning to you. The Minister has said that there's really no need to worry in terms of food security, but there are some other findings.
Definitely, and as you rightfully put it, we started at the City Deep area there at the Johannesburg market there, and the minister has seen firsthand that there was just plenty of movement as far as security is concerned. The minister says there is no need to worry, there is movement, and as far as the recent unrest whatsoever, they have not affected as far as this food security is concerned. Joining me now is the minister, perhaps just to give us that indication and the assurance. This is your second project that you are visiting this morning, and I'm sure you must be happy that there is movement and planting and harvesting here continues.
Precisely, I am, and I must say that since the pandemic, one of the good decisions that government took was to really allow agriculture as an essential service to continue to produce. This has enabled our nation to actually have food available during the tough times, even now during the unrest. We can see that, yes, projects such as Sungula Trading Enterprise have had some impact because they couldn't move their goods to the market at the time at which they wanted. They had to dispose that by donating it to communities, where else they would have gotten income for it. But we can see that they're still standing, they're producing, and that's what's exciting for us. Women-owned enterprise and young women-owned enterprise, as you see them close to me here. And I'm sure our councillor in this one is very happy that we have got women that are actually taking care of food security for the country.
Definitely, and the movement of this goods from not only here but from the Joburg Market as well to KwaZulu-Natal. Have you heard if there's efficient movement towards those areas? They were affected quite a lot.
There is efficient movement now. You recall that last week government, working with the security cluster, actually opened up the N3 and N2. N3 is actually a lifeblood of the economy from N2, from Gauteng to KZN, export as well as from Durban to Gauteng and also to the Southern African region, is an important lifeblood for the country in Southern Africa. And we are happy that it's open now. We can see the movement, the ports are operating, everything is on course.
Definitely, it must be a hectic thing there on the other side. Perhaps just to ask you, Phakgadi, over here as part of the owners here and the managers here, you've lost, as the minister puts it, and that must have hit you hard. How much in revenue do you think you've lost in some of the things? Well, not really lost in September because you've given it to charity, but lost as far as income is concerned.
We can say 30,000 is what we lost for just last week only, yes.
Yeah. And now, how does that impact the business?
It impacted it very much, and also they also stole for us. They stole our pipes, yes, for irrigation and everything.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah, no. And that must be hectic. MEC for agriculture, and as well as part of your portfolios is the economic cluster here in the province. And this must be a knock as well, maybe as we also round up our conversation here so that you can also move to the next visit that you have. This must have been part of the damage that the economy of the province has had over the recent weeks.
Well, firstly, this is one of the farmers that we are commercializing as a department to ensure that they are able to grow and become more competitive. We are encouraged by the extent to which they have grown, but also the extent to which they've been able to get access to market. So it's about creating a comprehensive value chain of opportunities for farmers, but also to ensure that they are able to access markets.
Yeah, and perhaps as well as to the issue of trading with other provinces is concerned, how are you going to try and ensure that you also recoup some of the monies that are lost? I'm sure other companies might rely a bit on insurance and some payouts from the province. Do you think you have some sort of bank balance to assist those who might not even have insurance?
We are consolidating efforts with national government around the support programs that we can put in place, particularly for those uninsured. We should be able to make some announcements on that next week. We are structuring this and ensuring that we're also collating the appropriate data so that it is the appropriate beneficiaries that gain access to these opportunities.
Definitely the MEC Phakgadi. We thank you very much for joining us here on 405. Just giving us a sense, of course, as far as the economic impact that the recent lootings have had here in the province. And the minister just telling us that there is movement of goods from Gauteng, and in particular those large markets such as the Joburg Market and so on. And there are movement all the way to KwaZulu-Natal, where a lot of these producers, I can tell you, are much needed. Thousands of stores there were looted. Even major distributors were looted in that area, and that gives you a sense that, of course, there is much needed produce in the KwaZulu-Natal coastal area. So movement happening and the economic impact here in Gauteng, and the MEC saying there is movement as well to deal with those shops, which even farms per se, which infrastructure was stolen and some of it really damaged. There is work being done to try and intervene and assist those kind of businesses.